welcome to another episode of You Might Want to Sit Down for This Podcast. I'm your host, Wheelchair Manilow. So stupid. It's 2022. I'm trying to mix things up. I think what I'm going to do is see how long I can go starting episodes with shitty wheelchair pun celebrity fake names. Oh, this is why you tune in for this gold stuff. As always, this podcast is brought to you from the traditional territory of the unceded Coast Salish territory of the Katzie, Kwantlen, Makwi, and Stolo people. Hope everyone's doing well whenever you are listening to this podcast or watching it. We've got episode 2 with Jon Gazi, who, if you were checking out part 1, which I hope you were, great dude. Not the best interview. What? I was fucking out to lunch. I watched it, honestly, and I listened to it after, cringy. And then I was watching the second part, and I was like, oh, okay, the coffee kicked in. Maybe I woke up. And then I said during the interview, the second part, I had a comedy show last night. So I looked that up, and I do know why I was very zombie-ish. Let's just say I had to hire somebody to drive my vehicle home from that comedy show that night. So I apologize if I was during the first half. I wake up and I'm a little more entertaining during the second. But you don't even need me to be entertaining, because fuck me. Like, seriously, fuck me. But like Jon Gazi, like, dude is just a ball of positive energy and rad stories, and that continues on in part 2. Before we get there, just want to I want to unpack some shit here. Did anyone else not enjoy it when people say we've got a lot to unpack here? I seen recently on CNN, don't ask, or CNN had put out a list of like unfavorable, I guess, sayings or phrases, whatever you'd call them, that need to be killed off, dead in 2022. So I'm going to go through this list, and then we'll kick into the episode. You know, trying to do a bit better of a monologue at the beginning of this thing too. In 2022, we're going to make this podcast fucking dope. But yes, my friend Dan Duvall, who runs the Comedy Here Often podcast network, he did this last year on his podcast. His podcast is called The Hate Locker. Check it out. Very funny dude. And yeah, if Dan has any problems with that, go fuck yourself, Dan. I'm stealing your idea because it's a good one. So here are some of the sayings or whatever that they're saying. CNN, you know, the most reputable voice of reason and intelligence, of course, that we need to get rid of. Supply chain is one of them, which I don't know. Supply chain it doesn't rub me the wrong way. The only thing that rubs me the wrong way right now is more that a lot of supply chains have been cut like down short, and it's hard to get some things because of the COVID. But apparently that rubs people the wrong way. The new normal, I can see why people are sick and tired of hearing that. I imagine most people are tired of the new normal, which seems to change every week or two these days. And I don't think the state that we're living in right now, you know, not the United States or anything like that, like not like that, but like the state of being, fuck, it's anything but normal. Let's not call this normal. We need to get past this to something better. Deep dive is another one, which I guess that's kind of annoying. Doesn't bug me. I would probably never say it unless I was swimming, like honestly, and I don't dive anymore because I'm Wheelchair Manilow. But yeah, that one, apparently people don't like it. Circle back is another one, which who the fuck says that? It sounds like a journalistic term. I think most of these kind of sound journalistic, like almost like these are just things CNN has said for many years, trying to sound cool and hip. And then people are like, you're fucking lame and stop saying this shit. Because I don't know anybody who's ever been like, let me just circle back in this conversation, Kevin, and talk about, like, nobody says that. There's a Guttural song that talked about rollerblading, about watch me do a circle going backwards down the stairs. If you know it, you know it. Don't look it up. Super offensive. Asking for a friend. Okay, that one I'm on board with that. That is the most fucking annoying, stupid. Like, it's not funny. Maybe like the first person who said it, maybe funny, maybe, a few others, comedians, whoever, but I don't know how long it's been around. It's at least a few years. I see comedians doing it and it pisses me off. I don't know why that one just, it irks me. It gets to me, but I guess all these get to people in some way. Asking for a friend. I'm down with that. Get fucking rid of it. Come up with something new. It's lame. That being said is the next one, which I don't, have you ever said that being said? And I'll throw it out there if you're listening or watching, of course, on YouTube. Feel free to chime in if any of these annoy you, or add any that do annoy you, any sayings or phrases or whatever that you're like, need to get rid of this. Chime in. I'm happy to chat with people with that. But that being said, that just makes me think of like Seinfeld and Gary Shandling on the Gary. There's a special where they're like, might be on comedians' cars getting coffee, but also there's a Gary Shandling really great 4-hour long special that Judd Apatow did. I think it's called the Gary Shandling Diaries. For a fan of comedy, any fan of comedy, or definitely obviously Gary Shandling, check that out. But they're just talking about these sort of useless things we put in front of a sentence. When I was younger, I know when I was young wouldn't be an example, but that being said, or have you ever wondered why, or it's kind of stuff like that. At the end of the day, which just kind of sounds like another one. I don't know who's at the end of the day. There's a Guttermouth or Goldfinger song. At the end of the day, had Darren on here not so long ago. That doesn't bug me. No worries. I am guilty, definitely guilty of saying I say no worries. And I think that's an Aussie term, like an Australian term. That's where it started from. It doesn't bug me, but it apparently bugs some people. I've said it to people and they're like just cringe. They don't like it. Cringe is another one that some people don't like. Cringy. And it's weird. I'm like, oh, I'm picking up these slangs that the kids are saying these days. I try not to look like that old man trying to say words that are cool. I don't want to look like that Sportsnet guy saying, I'm really stoked on this game. I still say stoked. That's like 20 years old. What do you do? I'm older. I'm in my 40s. Do I say the shit that I said when I was young, or do I try to say the shit that's hip with the kids now? I think I'd rather be authentic, use my slang, look like a dinosaur, than look like a fucking nerd, even more of a dinosaur, trying to sound cool, saying things like Chiggy something. I don't even know what people fucking say these days. Wait, what was another one on the list, which I don't know if anyone, wait, what? Like, I guess Zeke just made an appearance, my cat. Does anybody plan? How do you plan wait, what into a conversation? It seems more like an off the cuff kind of thing. I don't know, but those are them. And then you're on mute. That definitely, somebody said that to me. I wouldn't like that at all. And then, ironically, CNN probably, who came up with this list, is probably best absorbed on mute. Actually, just not absorbed at all. Oh, those terrible channels. So that's ironic. But yeah, I don't know. I'll say my two that I don't like that aren't on this list are Sunday Fun Day. Fuck, that annoys me. And Fam Jam, which are often used together. Like Sunday Fun Day with the Fam Jam. I'm like, fuck you. I know I love you, but I'm deleting you forever. Like, I can't deal with it. LOL. That's another one that pissed me off from the start. I've never typed LOL. I still don't. And Bay, I remember back in the day, Bay. Oh, I could not, whatever the fuck, I can't remember what that stands for. It's terrible. Fuck Bay. But fortunately, that one seems to have all but gone away. Bay went away because it was so dumb, as some of these are. And again, yeah, hey, feel free to comment. I will chime in and we can have a little convo about things that people say that annoy you or that should just not be said. Get rid of them. But what should be said is all the things coming up that my man Jon Gazi is about to say in the second part of this interview with him. Please like, follow, share. It helps get this thing bigger. And we got some fucking rad ass guests coming up soon. We got Joe Sib, one of the like from Wax. He's a stand-up comedian, and he's also one of the founders of Side One Dummy Records. Amber Harper Young, a comedian from Vancouver who is hilarious and is just a rad person and does very good things for the community around here. She's a good human. Have her coming up. And a really special one that I've been trying to get for a while that I think's finally going to go down. I've gotten the A-OK. I haven't talked to him yet. These other two are in the bag. This one's not, but it might happen. And this would be my most stoked on guest I got yet. Is fucking Wee Man from Jackass, from the Jackass franchise. So yeah, we got some good shit coming up soon. And we got some good shit coming up right now with Jon Gazi. He's gonna rock out at the end of this episode with a little tune called On the Road. So you'll be hearing that. And yeah, enjoy this episode. Thank you, Jon, for coming on this episode. Thank you all for listening. Thank you. Thank you.
On the road. We on the road. 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 On the road. Already 40 days. Well, that's 42.
Oh, you get another check out his slowly panoramic view of the island. Dope.
Yeah, now you get the east view here. We'll do the whole panel.
Yeah, brother.
From the west, Puerto Rico's over that way. And then to the east, you got St. John and the British Virgin Islands in the distance. Yeah.
What's up with that? Like, I'm not, because you were just telling a story, but U.S. Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, do you need like a passport to hop over? Yeah.
Sucks.
Even though you can see it right there?
Dude, you could swim.
Yeah.
From the closest point is from St. John. Mary's Point over to Tortola is like not like barely a mile.
Yeah.
Like if you actually had to swim, you could have. And
yeah.
One day they decided that this is another country.
That was a long time ago though, right? Wasn't it? Is that like, yeah, colonial fucking ism bullshit?
Yeah. So anyway, we want to go over there. You need to have the passport and you got to go into the office. It's not like there's like an app for that. No, that would be amazing. That you have to like go in and then like if they want to, they like search your boat and
yeah.
In the last COVID, we couldn't even go there. It was actually like I want to say a week ago, maybe a little longer. It might have been like the first couple days of October that they opened up to you could actually drive your personal boat over there. And it was only a few months ago that they started allowing the ferry to come back where you could, but still there's like a quarantine period and
wow. And do people not work, sort of live there, work here kind of thing? Or I mean, if you're that close, I imagine there's be like some trade and some. Yeah.
Definitely. But not so much in the last couple of years, you know, with COVID, it's been so difficult to be able to go right over to the British Virgin Islands. Like, I mean, literally from my dock to the customs dock, like a 25-minute ride. And you can't even go, which is sad, but it's getting there.
There's light at the end of the tunnel right now. I feel finally some hope for all of us.
It is getting there though. Like if you're vaccinated, you just have to roll up with your negative test, and then if you're not, you have to roll up with your negative test. They give you another one when you arrive, and then you have to do like a little quarantine period and then test again. So it's not like a day trip situation yet.
Yeah, dude. Do you got the vaccine card? We have a vaccine app, so now you just show your phone and it's got like, they're like, you're okay. Trippy shit, dude.
It's crazy. But yeah, I fucking hate it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. What do you do?
We gotta just, you know, whatever. We gotta do our
persevere, thing. Right? Like it's yeah, man.
But back to, we're just telling you about, talking about growing up playing tunes.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico being where I had my first band. We were a punk band called Think Fast and slash Piensa Rápido, which is Think Fast in Spanish. So we were TFPR, Think Fast, Puerto Rico. And yeah, that was from when I was 17, and did that for a good long while. Brought the boys back and forth from Puerto Rico over here to the Virgin Islands a handful of times, and that was right around the same time when I met the Supervillains from Orlando.
Yeah, they're rad, man.
Dear friends of mine, family of mine, and they're basically the reason why I'm here talking to you right now.
Yeah.
Because my first tour with the Supervillains was with the Mad Caddies, and ironically enough, amazingly enough, Mad Caddies were one of my absolute favorite bands since I knew music, and
Yeah.
The Villains. I was right after college. I graduated from marketing from Inter-American University in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I had just graduated, moved up to Florida to be closer to my family. My family had moved to Florida, to Tampa Bay, while I was in college, and my nephew was about to be born. My nephew Nathan. So I get up there and I'm working a direct marketing job, like straight up going door to door.
You're a suit.
6 days a week, wearing a suit, cold calling people on their front door.
Wow.
From like 8 a.m. till sometimes I wouldn't get home till 9 o'clock at night, and I was doing well. It was like kind of like one of those pyramid scheme type deals where they bring you in, and if you do a certain amount of sales, then you get to like a leadership role, where then as people come in to apply for the job, you take them out on their interview.
Yeah.
For the day, and then if you think they're gonna do well, you say cool, like you hire them, tell the boss man, okay, they're hired, they're good, and then they're a part of your team because you first took them out. So then you start building your team. Then your team members, they start getting to that leadership position and whatnot. So you see how that works, and then you get enough leaders below you, you get up to the next position of ownership.
Yeah.
So my squad was getting solid, and I had locks, I got my locks.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that probably.
But when I was doing that job, it was down my back. I had the locks like down here, just like tied up. But whatever reason, I just enjoyed the job. I made it like a sport out of it, and they had a system. If you worked it, you went to like 100 places, 100 residential in one day, or 200 businesses in one day. Like clockwork, you would hit your goal and make your good sales. And sure enough, it worked. I just enjoyed it, had fun with it. And so they were inviting me to like the big seminars of like all the big bosses and shit, like annual conferences down in Miami, and I was getting like maybe within a couple months from franchising the company and opening a location in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And then we were on a road trip. We were doing a Domino's pizza promotion, right? It was all these like really cool. You've probably seen these kind of deals. It's like a card, a little booklet, not the big booklet, like a little pamphlet booklet, and it's got these little coupons.
Yeah, man, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
totally. It's called Smart Circle. So Domino's did one where it was like $20, you get like 10 free pizzas, a bunch of 2-for-1s, a bunch of like other discount. It was like a no-brainer. These things were sick. They had some for like the Orlando Magic, where you get like $30 and you get like 4 free game tickets and a bunch of discounts throughout the thing. And they had like ones for oil changes and Disney World, whatever, all kinds of shit. So I was on a Domino's promotion at the University of Florida, and the Supervillains were in town, happened to be in town that weekend. And I was there, and I rolled up on them, which I had done over the years a handful of times. And I helped them out after the show, and they all call me Young Bug. They're like, Young Bug, yeah, you showing up, rolling up on me. And so the first thing that next morning, I think they like clicked to him, like, man, we're about to go on the road. We need somebody out there with us, bro. You want to come and sell merch? We're going out on tour with Mad Caddies and Pepper. I was like,
That's a sick lineup, dude.
Oh yeah. And I had never been west of Florida
Yeah.
ever. I'd been to St. Thomas and I'd been to New Jersey and I had been to Florida. And so
Yeah.
I saw it as a cool opportunity to travel. So I made the call and I got fucking sick that night, dude. I was so overwhelmed with like having to like make the decision of like being this like marketing dude owning.
Yeah. Cause did you have to quit that then basically? I mean, you're just like, yo, I'm out.
I had to because it was
Yeah.
it was a 6-day a week job, and you know, but like I told you, I had my whole pyramid. I had my whole crew that was,
Yeah. You'd built it up, right?
yeah, and I was very close to like franchising the thing, and I could not stomach passing up opportunity to go on tour with my good buddies, who also one of my favorite bands, the Supervillains, out with my like all-time caddies, favorite there, and so yeah, I had to go in and quit. And by that time, the following year, between the caddies hiring me, Pepper hiring me, and touring with the Supervillains, I had been to like 35 countries.
That's insane, dude. That's so rad.
And that's why I said if it wasn't for the Supervillains, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you, because you know I remember meeting you upcoming. Maybe it was even on the Fat Wreck tour that we first met.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that too. How long ago it was? Because I actually remember that tour you're talking about. That came through Vancouver, the Pepper Supervillains, but I don't know if we.
Oh no, Pepper and Caddies and Real Mackenzies.
Real Mackenzies.
There was that one, and then there was another Caddies headlining tour that we came through, and then all the times we hung out was the Vic Scoff Reggae Fest, right?
Definitely. And then in Abbotsford too. That was like, that was a good time.
Offspring.
With Offspring and Sublime with Rome.
Yeah.
So we had so many
good times, dude. You know, and if I hadn't been like, all right, suit. All right, tie.
Yeah, you didn't make like the safer choice, right? Like you're like, I'm gonna go on tour with like punk bands, ska bands, or I've got a marketing job. And you're like, fuck it, what's more fun? I'm gonna go for the adventure.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's why I got so sick at that crossroads. I got this weird flu or something, dude. I was like high fever and no bueno for just days. But yeah, I just had to make that call, and I'm very glad I did, brother.
No doubt, man. It's so cool how music like brings people together, right? Because I mean, I just met the Caddies from going to their shows and met you, and merch people are always chill. You know, I've gotten to make buds with a few people doing the merch and that, and then it's like once you're kind of in, you meet all these other people in that scene, and it's like it's amazing when you're like, I used to fucking buy these CDs and like love this band and like read the credits and their thing, and I'm just like chilling with all these people. It's like it's gnarly.
Yeah man, it's music is what brings us all together, and we'll quit our damn day jobs for it. for sure. And yeah, man, and proof for anyone watching, if you get invited to go on tour with the band and you have a solid job, quit it. It's worth it. Go for it. Yeah. Maybe wait till COVID's fucking done. But when the world is fully open, just go for it. Yeah, man. Incredible opportunities at times are there, you know, and some of the places that I've got to go with the Mad Caddies, I can't thank them enough for the most incredible experiences. I've been to some weird ass places with them boys.
I bet, man. And like, what's sort of like, what are places that stand out as just being like, I never thought I'd be here? Or you're kind of just like, you have a moment of like, holy shit. Like,
no, there's been some unreal experiences. I remember seeing Killer Whales on my first time heading out to Victoria on the
dude
barge with the boys, and
on the ferry.
Yeah, we've been we had one tour in particular that we went to dude, I can't remember exactly how many countries. I think it was 16 countries in 8 days. I knew there was like a correlation there, and it was
insane.
Like this amount of days and this I'm sorry, I take it back. Not countries, 16 flights.
That's insane.
16 flights in 8 days. And
that's hell.
Came from LA to Norway to begin with like 3 flights in between to get there.
Yeah, that's a journey.
Norway to Western Spain to A Coruña for the second show. Third show was in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Wow.
Fourth day was after a 9-hour train ride that we barely made to Russia. I mean, from St. Petersburg to Moscow, Russia.
Yeah.
Played in Moscow, got back on the plane and flew to Lisbon, back to Portugal, having just been in Western
Yeah,
Spain.
who the fuck's planning this ping pong map, right? You just go with it though, right?
For the festival, you gotta be in the country. And we land in Lisbon. It's like a 4.5-hour drive down the coast to the show, play the show. Right happened to be, side note, like one of the first shows Faith No More had played in many years, like on the stage right next to us. So it was this like incredible sea of people that we get back in the shuttle, back 4.5 hours to grab our bags at the hotel and like shower and go to the airport to
Freeze frame!
Yeah, dude.
Oh, there you are.
Fuck yeah, that worked. I might actually have to edit that one. That happens generally pretty much every episode, and then I try to fill the dead time. But I got up early today. I'm just I probably need another 4 more coffees to be able to do the fucking monkey dance to keep the dead. Yeah.
Where did you lose me, bud?
I don't know, but you looked good, dude. You're looking fresh.
Oh, good.
I don't know, because I kind of was like, fuck, trying to scramble. I would say you were probably frozen for a minute.
I was saying that you asked me like where had some of the
what was you were talking about? Just basically bouncing around. I think you were in like Portugal or something, and like showering and fucking packing your bags and hopping off to the next place.
Yeah, I was just talking about the one of the craziest runs that had come to mind. It was 16 flights in 8 days.
Yes. I think you were talking about showering with the Mad Caddies and talking about who had the best dong. I usually bring up dicks, and I haven't brought dicks up in this yet. So, anyways, that's it. That's all I need to do. Just keep them with the.
Getting all hot and bothered just thinking about it.
It's the sun, dude. It's the sun.
Yeah. You were saying like who books this shit? It's like the days that you got to be there, that country where the rad festival's at, But yeah, that was Norway to Western Spain to St. Petersburg to Moscow to Lisbon and then to Austria and then flew to Frankfurt in that amount of days, and then that's when we got to Frankfurt. We got to our bus and started the tour.
Started the tour.
Yes.
But in good news, I've heard from the caddies that you have kick-ass tour buses in Germany.
Oh yeah.
So at least like after all that, because must have been time changes in those flights too, right? Like,
oh yeah,
it kind of fucks you up a bit, I imagine.
Yeah,
well, I know it does because I do that too.
I mean, not too bad. Like once you're there, a couple hours, 1 or 2 hours here and there from the initial hagging and lagging.
Yeah.
But,
just confusing though, right? Because if you're just kind of like, okay, what the fucking zone am I in now? What, like, yeah.
No, I'll tell you that that is huge. Like the difference of getting off of a long flight and like being super jet lagged to having to like crawl into a van and being like a sardine, as opposed to like getting in the dope bus, and being able to crawl in your bunk and sleep it off and wake up fresh and get ready to do it,
I bet, man.
So, but yeah, the caddies have paid their dues, man. The caddies from the 90s and, like doing their thing and working their ass off and traveling in all different interesting means necessary. They deserve every minute of it. And Chuck and the boys have always been like connoisseurs of like seeing like what's cool, what's out there, how could they travel. So we've had the privilege of rolling in like a double-decker style bus, and upstairs there's like 16 bunks, and downstairs is the whole lounge and deal. And it's been cool, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. I'm super appreciative of the boys for having me and making me a part of the family from 2007.
That's so rad, man. And I know it's funny you brought up buses and Chuck, 'cause I had Chuck on here as my second guest, and he went on a tangent about buses. That guy's like, he's a bus connoisseur, man. Like,
I'm glad you know what I was talking about, because I didn't mean to say it like in passing, like my dude, he does his homework and he knows the deal, and like I said, dude, he busts his ass for a long time. He should be able to roll the way he wants to, and that should be like, if that's what you're into as an artist, you know, and you pay your dues and you get to that level, then you freaking deserve it.
I agree. And it's like, it's so weird. Like, they're a band that I've gotten, and I think that whole vibe, like Supervillains or like Jon Gazi or like Pepper, that they're not huge on sort of like a global scale or like a mainstream scale, which seems unfair in many ways because the music's so fucking good. But at least they've achieved enough success that they can like make a living off their music and travel well and not be like squatting and whatnot. But these are bands that anyone I've played them for is like, this is fucking dope music, man. It's hard not to like it. Just happy, uplifting, positive tunes.
And I'll say this, like, as far as the artists that you just mentioned, like, they can't really be like pinhole, you know. They're like
their genre, you mean?
Yeah, and that's what makes those bands so rad to guys like you and me, and I feel like that's also part of the reason why maybe it's not like, you know, like you're in a stadium playing in stadiums.
Yes.
Which, like, by all means, like so many of the bands that of the similar level, like, they should be.
They should.
It's like, I don't know who's the guy that makes you like a stadium band, but
I don't either. And I'll say, as a fan and friend, probably more as a fan, I'm kind of glad, because fucking stadium shows suck. I want to see them in little clubs or mid-sized clubs that have good sound and a vibe and aren't like echoey, shitty. Fucking a hockey arena is built for hockey. It's not built for concerts.
It's very true.
Right?
Yeah, that was fun though. I'm not gonna lie. When we met up in Abbotsford and you know, that was at least for me, that was the first time I got to go on that kind of a tour. And it's cool and all, but like, it, you know, every day was another locker room, was like the backstage and our, you know, and it's like, it's not the same as coming into a club that's covered in stickers and smells really, really bad. Like, there's a lot more charm to like the club funk than like the locker room stank.
I agree. It's sort of weird popcorn hockey bag nut smell. You'd rather just shitty old booze and weed and cigarettes and broken hearts and broken dreams. That's a way better smell.
So rad.
I agree. Yeah, that was a fun tour, man. Like, and then you guys are like, you had a nice bus. Was an Offspring like flying everywhere?
Flying themselves.
Yeah, because Dexter like flies.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, bro.
You know, they didn't have to spend too much time in the locker room.
I don't think so. Yeah. I had to tap out. I went to like a bachelor party. Sort of, I was like, I'm coming with you guys. I like slept in my truck, and it was definitely death time that morning where we were heading from Abbotsford. And then my cousins are like, come out. And it was way out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I went out there, and I didn't sleep a lot. It was a rough one. And I was going to try to carry on, and I tapped out. One of those where I look back, I'm like, I shouldn't have tapped out.
Did you meet my girl?
I did because, and wasn't she, I feel like she was flying to Kent, or where was she flying to?
That I believe right after Abbotsford, she got a ride. She took like a Uber back to the airport to fly home to where she was studying in Portland.
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out, but I thought before this I was going to ask you, but I'm like, I didn't want to be like, yo, is that the girl like you got the kid with? And then you'd be like, no. And then I was like, oh, that'd be fucking awkward. So yeah, so I do remember her, and I'm glad that it is her because she's super rad. But I wasn't going to bring it up just in case. Yeah, cool, man.
It's Jane.
Yeah, dude, she's super rad.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's one more thing I want to ask you about is because I know you've let's talk a little bit about surfing, man. Like you've been killing it surfing for a long time, I'm assuming.
And Miss Jane watches this, she's gonna be like, a little bit more about me, maybe? Can we talk a little bit more about how lovely I am?
Well, we can talk more about Jane. Jane, how you doing?
Jane is the bomb. She's so fine.
Yes.
No,
and she makes cute babies too.
Yeah, man. Thank goodness that Brixton looks like her.
Yes. You're a handsome dude too. Two good-looking parents right there.
Brother. Surfing has been incredible this last year in particular. It's been 4 years that I was attending every opportunity to qualify for the Olympics since 2017, when they made the call that surfing was going to be included for the first time in history in the Olympics.
Which you must just be like, holy fuck, this is the best.
Yeah, it's something that we never thought would have happened.
No. Sure. Or skateboarding.
Right, in the same year too, huh?
Yeah.
You know, the Olympics obviously wanted to keep the viewers going and the fan base going, and they gotta keep it lively. And so, yeah, enter surfing and skateboarding, but surfing in particular, it was 1912 that the Olympic swimmer Duke Kahanamoku first approached the International Olympic Committee and suggested that they involve surfing in the games, and they pretty much laughed at him. Wow. That was the year the Titanic sank, by the way.
That's 109 years ago, if I did my math correct. That's a long wait.
So for the whole populace that is interested in surfing, a lot of people that would love to see it go to the Olympics, it finally became a reality thanks to Fernando Aguirre, the president of the International Surfing Association, and his team. And so a little old place called the Virgin Islands, they did their homework back in the 50s and set up the National Olympic Committee here to have our own participation in the games apart from the States.
So do you compete then now? It's the Virgin Islands are their own entity in the Olympics?
We have, from the 50s, we have swimmers and track and field and bobsledders and boxers.
Oh yeah, isn't there a movie about that or something?
That's the Jamaicans.
Yes.
Cool Runnings.
Yes. Yeah.
No, but now we have surfers from the Virgin Islands looking to attend the Olympics, myself included, and it's a wild time. It's a huge time, a monumental time in surfing that it's now a thing. But
yeah, man.
But yeah, but since 2017, I first surfed in the World Surfing Games in Biarritz, France, and then went down to Peru the following year to surf in the Pan American Games qualifying event. If you won gold in the Pan Am Games, you automatically clinched a spot. So then that was an opportunity. And then the last 2 years prior to COVID, I went to Japan twice, to Tahara and then Miyazaki the following year. Then we took a year off with COVID, and then just a few months back, right before the Olympics, the final World Surfing Games was held in El Salvador. And took a swing at all of those. It was a tight window. It was 20 men and 20 women that went to the Olympics for the first time. And so it was a kind of a very, very difficult window to be able to get in there. But I surfed my best, and it was really hard. The first 4 times was very difficult because the waves were like 1 to 2 feet, and
yeah,
rapping, and it was like garbage waves that I probably wouldn't have even paddled out. If I was just like on a day trying to go surf with my buddies. But this last time in El Salvador, the waves were like 10 feet, and and powerful, and finally had an opportunity to surf like I'd want to, kind of forgetting that I was even in an event in the water. It was so good, and I ranked 50 spots higher than I ever had.
Holy shit, dude.
So I gave it a proper go on the last one, and I just always wanted to do a little better than the previous year, and the fact that I was able to significantly improve my performance right before the Olympics, and it just I left with like a really good feeling, and what a cool, unique experience too, you know.
I agree, man. That sounds so sick. And two things I noted from that is, because I never surfed, we went down to Seaside, Oregon with friends to go surfing, which turned into a total drunk fest. And then there were surfboards there. Is it? Nobody got on boards. But yeah, I guess wherever you go, you're at sort of the whim, the mercy. Like if you go to a skate park, it's a fucking skate park. It doesn't grow or shrink. But like if you're in the ocean, what's it throwing at you? You just kind of, it's Mother Nature, right? So you got to go with it, which must be difficult.
There's so much that needs to align, and so many things that you need to do before you even get a wave, before you even get onto your feet, you know, and you're surfing or you're on that wave, you know.
Yeah.
You have this basically, like you said, you're at the ocean's mercy, and everything needs to line up properly, and you got the other guy and or whoever you're out there against, and whatnot. That's truthfully why I'm not the biggest fan of how now they have the wave pools.
Yeah, I was going to ask about, because I never got a chance to see the surfing in the Olympics for whatever reason. I didn't catch a lot of it, but were they doing it in those wave pools or?
No, it was in the ocean.
It was in the ocean. Okay.
Yeah. And the 4 years from now will also be in the ocean in Tahiti. Actually, the Olympics are in Paris for 2024, but the surfing, being a French colony, will be in Tahiti, and at one of the most dangerous waves in the world called Chopu.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you ever seen these videos of these guys like in these enormous waves, they look like they're below sea level.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna run it if it's that big, but it doesn't matter. It could be like 5 feet, and you're still gonna get incredible barrels, and it's very dangerous right on the reef, and it's a whole different monster.
Yeah, because if it's on a reef, like you get those big waves on shallow water, kind of, don't you? Or but if you fucking bail, you're bailing into shallow water, and then a reef that's not going to be very forgiving when you hit it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's very dangerous, that particular place, but that's what, anytime you see a wave that's making a tube, it's coming from deeper water to not much water at all. Like a wave can't perform like that. Mechanics of it can't break like that in deeper water. So if you see more mushy wave, like right down below the house here, a little wave on the north side here is called Hull Bay, and it's a pretty mushy wave. We grew up calling it dull nay.
Dull nay.
It just kind of breaks and crumbles. It has its days that are a little better on a lower tide, but yeah, it's, you know, a little more of a mush burger, as we like to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something else. But I also like the idea of the wave pool, because they can alter the mechanics of the wave.
It's consistent, at least. I feel like it almost makes it kind of fair game for everyone.
My goal is, I don't need a big mansion. I just need one of those and a little shanty.
In your backyard?
Yeah, it'll be it could take up my whole yard. That'd be fine.
Sweet Jane.
Yeah. Sugar mama.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just takes out the competitive element of surfing in a pool. You're just one guy or girl at a time. There's no like paddle battles. There's no like strategy of like, do I get this wave? Do I wait? Maybe the one behind it's gonna offer me a better score, or maybe like this one's not gonna barrel. It's gonna hit because no two waves are the same, and even though they may look similar, not possible.
Yeah. And you must, I think like that's hit me too. Like as a surfer, you must learn so much about like nature and the ocean, because it just, you have to,
Yeah.
right? Like you're not really there to be a student of the ocean, but if you're not, then you don't know what waves to hit, or you don't know, you must have to take a lot of stuff into consideration.
Yeah.
Almost like if you're like snowboarding, like I could relate, like if you're going to go riding through the fucking trees, you want to know out of bounds, you got to know your shit so you don't die, basically.
This porch points due north, so I could look out at the water and tell you, like, the swell is at 358 degrees today.
Yeah.
Or like the swell is coming from 12 degrees northeast. Like,
yeah, you can just eye it.
Yeah, and that's gonna alter where we're going.
Yeah.
You know, and the wind too, like the wind and the tide and the little shift of the wind in direction or where it's coming, or if it's a little bit stronger, it's going to change a lot. So yeah, we're definitely in tune with a lot of that. The moon affects the tides big time, you know.
Yeah, that's what pulls the tides, is it not? Pretty much.
Yeah, totally. And we have a lot of friends here that are growing up fishing from like generations deep, and they play off the same factors. So yeah, definitely.
That's old school. That's old school, man. That's not no tech instruments.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the coolest things of living here in the Caribbean is you have to be very in tune. You hear the wind blow right then, hear the wind chimes going.
Yeah, man.
You know, you have to be very in tune with your surroundings and whatnot, because it affects daily life.
Yeah, and I think I'm just looking there. Do you ever just go out on your deck and be like, oh man, it's gonna be a kill day on the ocean today, like cancel all plans, I'm fucking hitting the water, I'm taking my board out?
That's why I took the boat to St. Croix, you know, on day before yesterday, because it was so perfect out there. You know, I was gearing up to go get on the plane. There's a seaplane that lands in the water in St. Croix, because it's, like I told you, it's 40 miles, so it's like 30 minutes on the seaplane, or it took me about an hour and 20 minutes on my boat.
Yeah.
You know, which is not bad at all. It was like so flat calm out there. I had like my feet up on the wheel cruising.
Yeah, dude, that's like sick.
Yeah. I've played, now that was the 10th island now I've played on my boat.
That's so rad.
Taking my boat to it had been 9 islands for a long time running. I told you, it was my first time I ever made that long of a run, but yeah, add to the list. There's so many cool little islands and little keys around here, between here and the British Virgin Islands. I've been invited to come perform at, and it's a really cool way of touring and making a living down here. So I encourage anybody tuning in, checking this out, to come for a visit. You know, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm performing all around St. Thomas and St. John and the British Virgin Islands on the regular, and it's beautiful, man. You guys would absolutely love it down here.
Yeah, what's your information, man? How do people look you up?
Yeah, just mainly with Instagram and jongazi.com, jongazi.com, and also a Facebook, Jon Gazi Music. But you know, with the socials and all that, the music's on Spotify and iTunes, all the things, brother.
Yeah, and if you want to check out some of Jon's music, it's just good vibes, good happy music, definitely.
Yeah. The focus with the sound was really seeing the correlation of Caribbean music, the calypso music, as it meets with our world of punk rock. And
man.
I always saw like the tempos being pretty much parallel. You know, you got calypso, do pa do pa do punk do pa do pa do pa do pa do pa do kapu 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 do pa do pa. So it's a beat off, Kev.
Well, we have another dick joke. Perfect. Dick pun. Yeah, man. Everyone loves beating off. No better way to start your day than beating off to some calypso punk rock.
To your podcast.
And to this podcast and my bedhead. I had a comedy show last night, and fuck, here we are, buddy. Well, dude, thanks for your time, man. It's just nice to see your face and hear your voice and just chill and chat. I know you're a busy man, so I appreciate you finding the time to make this happen.
Of course, dude. When I hit you back yesterday saying, "Hey, let's do this tomorrow," I was like in the middle of the fucking ocean, on the ride back from St. Croix. It was like a lake on the way over, but the wind picked up. Like we said, the elements can shift a little. The wind picked up.
I was thinking about that when you said that. Like when you got over there, if it changes, you're like,
and it did. It was like a magic carpet ride getting there. Like the wind was like 4 miles an hour. Well, it picked up to like 14 miles an hour, which is not bad at all still. But
yeah,
it took the seas from like flat to like 6 feet out in the open water, and it was, we were getting beat down a good part of it because it's straight into the wind, you know. But yeah, I was out there thinking like, man, I can't wait to be back on to kiss the ground when I get back ashore. I'm like, what am I gonna do tomorrow? We've been talking about linking up for a good while here, so I'm glad we made a plan and we stuck to it.
You got her done, man. Dude,
That's right.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, brother. Well, enjoy your day in that beautiful tropical paradise you're living in, and keep in touch. Everybody check out Jon Gazi.
Yeah. You know this hammock and or dog bed is yours anytime you're ready to come for a little fly down.
You know what, man? Then because I'm in Florida a lot, and then once I'm over there, it's not that far.
You're in trouble, bro. You're in fucking trouble with me now.
I'm
Because
not.
I didn't realize you're there, Florida, time to time, dude. We're an easy jump down here, dude. It's a direct flight, 2 hours. Like, it's super easy.
Let's do it. And I also want to go get drunk with the monkeys that I saw on BBC that I spoke about in one of the last podcasts. I can't remember they're vervet monkeys. I can't remember what island, but it's somewhere down there, and they just run around and steal everyone's booze.
That's not here. But
it's not. It's one of the islands close to there, though, I think.
You know what we have, though?
What's that?
We got these pigs that drink beer.
Oh, no way.
In St. Croix, yeah. You go up into the rainforest, and they open the pen, and these big old pigs come out, and it's got to be non-alcoholic because they got some fucking liver disease, and they made them stop giving them alcoholic beer. But yeah, they you give them like a can of O'Doul's, and they're just
and just party with the pigs.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty wild. I'll take you up there for sure.
I'm down. I want to hold on. Give me 1 sec. I want to look up this fucking island and ask you where the hell it is.
Monkeys, huh? Monkeys.
Yeah. There's a vervet monkeys. Fuck, I don't know. Drunken monkey smashes up the bar. I don't know. Look it up, man. It's out that way. Oh, St. Kitts.
St. Kitts has got drunken monkeys.
Yeah, look it up, dude.
What?
They just run around and just steal people's drinks and just run around and party, man. It looks wild.
That sounds amazing.
It seriously looks amazing.
Hey, you want me to leave you with a song?
Yes.
You want me to leave you with a song?
I do want you to leave me with the song. All right, we're getting some live music.
Yeah, it became.
See, this is what I like.
Became one of my son's toys here. He threw it on the ground, so. Tune her up one time.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Close enough for punk rock?
I like it.
Already 40 days, well, that's 40 too long. My darling, I'm here on the road where I belong. Blowing in the wind, shining from the sun. There's something in the water, must be something in the wrong. Oh, the rhythm is taking me, got to break away. Make no mistake, this is what keeps stopping, everybody know. Well, you can go knocking, but ain't nobody home, 'cause we're on the road. Come pick me up on your way downtown if you're willing. I could never miss one night in the village. Oh, we want the obsession burning down to the core. We feeling possessed, tap, we begging for more. Oh, the rhythm is taking me. Got to break away. Magic we make for the sake of humanity. Oh, we got bacchanal in our veins. We're on the road and we're on a roll. We'll never stop and everybody know. Well, you can go knocking, but ain't nobody home, 'cause we're on the road. We're on the road and we're on a roll. We'll never stop and everybody knows. The door is unlocked, but all the pots them cold, 'cause we're on the road. Whoa, somebody's saying we got to stay home. You can't behave, so better act your age now. I heard them claiming that ain't no way to go about your day, and we only making mistakes. Tell them, say, get out of my way. We're on the road, we're on a roll. We'll never stop and everybody know. You can go knocking, but ain't nobody home, 'cause we're on the road. We're on the road and we're on a roll. We'll never stop and everybody know. The door is unlocked, but all the pots them cold, 'cause we're on the road. We're on the road.
Dude.
Canada, Canada, this is dude.
That's so fucking rad, man. I love it. I love it. Jon Gazi.
Heavy metal, baby.
Yeah, brother. Okay, dude. Thank you, man.
Yeah, dude. Much love, much love.
Feeling that I felt before, it slowly started stirring in my mind. Open my eyes to see the